Okay. Hi, everyone. My name's Sandra DeCastro Buffington. I'm the founding director of the Global Media Center for Social Impact at UCLA. And I want to that talk was amazing. And what I hope to bring into the room in 5 minutes is the power of partnering with the master storytellers of our time, and that is Hollywood. I worked and lived out of Washington, D.C. and surrounding areas for 21 years. I worked all over the world. I worked with television industries overseas, but I used a very old model, which is I paid for people to create narratives for us, and I paid to air them. There's not enough money in the world to operate that way. And I have an inflection point with Hollywood that's free, doesn't cost us a dime, and yet we get hundreds of storylines every year on topics of social value from Hollywood. So Charlie Mingus said, anyone can make the simple complicated. Creativity is making the complicated simple. That's what narrative does. Storytelling makes the complicated simple. And we don't have a lot of time today, and this isn't working. Okay, so how do we do this? How do we get hundreds of storylines out of Hollywood for free that are actually motivating people to take action? Well, this is an example. It's a 30-second clip. Let's see if it'll play. How did we inspire, Law and Order Special Victims Unit to tell this story about the rape kit backlog in this country, something that most people have never heard of? Here's a little 30-second clip.
They have a backlog of 4,000 rape kits. He says he'll give me the results when he has them. Birmingham, more than 2,000 rape kits. Phoenix has 4,100 untested rape kits.
We've counted almost 7,000 kids. We think there might be as many as 16,000 kids here.
Have any of them been tested?
So far, only about 1,200.
I wonder how many guys like Harris could have been stopped if those rape kits had been tested.
Until they are, everyone's just a victim. We're not getting justice.
It's like we're telling them that they don't matter, and we're telling the perps that they get away with it.
Okay, and how did this inspire 35 news outlets to pick up the story and lead to, over the next couple of years, these kinds of policy and practice changes? $41 million bill before Congress to end the rape kit backlog. Well, I don't have time to tell you in detail, but I want to show you some impact. 10.3% of viewers reported signing up to become organ donors after seeing a single episode of Numbers. Over 8 million viewers learned for the first time how to prevent mother-to-child spread of HIV from a single episode of Grey's Anatomy. 11.9% of viewers of a BRCA gene breast cancer storyline on the show 90210 reported signing up for screening appointments. We're getting people to take action on behalf of someone they're never going to meet in the first example, and to take action on behalf of themselves in the last. So we had 565 storylines on 91 shows in the span of 3 years. Okay, how can Washington work with Hollywood? That's what I was asked to talk about. So I can't go through all of these points, but basically, we could partner, those of us in this room. If you tell me in the peace building arena, what are the top 3 to 5 messages you would like Hollywood to create narratives around? I would develop a program of outreach to the industry. We never tell them what to do, and we never pitch a storyline. But what we do, we're in the inspiration business. But I've been doing this for 10 years, and Hollywood trusts us. And so we set up a series of immersive experiences for one. The first one starts with a panel at the Writers Guild of America West. It kicks off a conversation with 100 creatives in the room. Then we go on a deeper dive. We take maybe 20 on a story tour. We recently did this with human trafficking. We go into the LAPD. They love law enforcement, by the way. We spent a morning with the Human Trafficking Task Force. And what happens? They can't resist telling these stories. Right now, I have 5 major dramas with human trafficking storylines. One promoted their female detective to human trafficking detective. We're going to have a whole season of programming. Every single episode will revolve around solving those cases. So, these are some of the tips I can leave with people. You have to ask whether this approach is for you. Because we are offering, we're inspiring, we're informing, but we have no control over the outcome. I don't think the military tends to operate that way very much. That's the end. But it works, and we can do this in partnership. Thank you.